Yes, as we have this conversation together with Sylvia, I believe that you will find yourself. And if you find yourself, then we take the healing journey together. And I want to know, when it comes to the healing journey, and because ever since you got to know, okay, this is my problem, now you dive into research to get answers. And so when you got answers, what changed? I would love to know. Did it bring a sense of that aha moment of, I didn't know this is what I was suffering from, or this is what was actually going on in my life, but now I know better and I can handle it better. Did anything change?
Yes, actually, the research and the documentaries, I do a lot of reading. So with the reading, I got to know about the disorder, and then
The disorder called?
reactive attachment disorder. Yes, so I started to know myself better and to discover what was going on in my life. Yes, so through all that, the reading and whatever, I come to accept myself that, you know what, something is wrong with yourself. Yeah.
That
So
I am sick.
yes, that you
I am ill.
yeah. So you need to know how to handle yourself better in different ways. Yes.
So truth and honesty on table. Have you had any relationship ever since you go to understand, you had this exposure to the truth?
Yes.
You saw the light. Have you had any other relationships after that? And do you think you've handled them any better, or how have you handled them any better?
Um, yes, I've had several relationships. Unfortunately,
Several.
yeah. Unfortunately, they always end in the way.
In the same way.
No, like on the way. Like they don't last for so long because of sometimes you just can't control yourself. Yes.
What's the longest relationship you've had?
I
How
think
long did it last?
7 years.
7 years.
Yes.
7 years is too long. That was before the light.
Yeah, before the light. Yes, 7 years is too long, but I think it lasted all that long because he's not in the country. Yes.
Ah, okay. So you were dating Summer, you know,
Yeah.
who would come back. Okay, so that actually puts you in the comfort zone,
Yes.
because there's nothing to snoop about. But let me tell you, a person that is insecure will even be more insecure with a person who is not with them, who is out there. But the thing is, the clashes are not so many,
So
because
many,
when you
yes.
dwell in the same space, it seems like you are clashing on nearly everything.
When you're physical, you clash more.
Yes.
But when someone is far from you, you fight, but not that too
Not
much.
that
Yes.
much.
Because you just don't even have a reason to fight.
You're
course,
always thinking, let me wait for them to come back.
Yes. Of course, your insecurity is telling you something else, but you don't see them. You don't see what they're doing. So you don't, yes. So, at
So
the
even
end
the
of,
little time they come, you feel like this should be time for enjoyment. It
Yes.
shouldn't be time for quarreling. So you tame yourself a bit. And when it ended, did that hurt?
yes, it
How
hurt.
did you go over that?
Sometimes it even increases on our insecurities. Yes, because you feel like I think I can't handle anything right, because I keep messing up people's lives and messing up my life, because you just can't jump from relationship to relationship.
So did he tell you why it ended?
No, unfortunately, he didn't.
What, he ghosted you?
Yeah, he ghosted me. He just told
Up
me,
to
you know
now.
what? Yes, he just told
You
me.
speak about it like it wasn't painful.
It was, of course, but I think I overcome it. So I'm now I'm now okay. It has been some years back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he just told me, you know what? It's not working. It's not going to work. Though I think I was also tired of the relationship. You know, those long distance relationship. Yes. So
You didn't see any future.
no, I didn't. So I think when he said it, of course I was hurt, yes, because I was expecting something more out of the relationship, but I was like, no, you know what? Let it go. And besides, like I said, we don't, me specifically, yes, because there are other people that attach like too much, like those ones that are even in marriage, abusive marriages, abusive relationship, but they can't.
They still
Yes,
hold on.
yes, they still hold on. But on my side, like this disorder brought, I think, the, how can I term it? Like I don't attach. Yes. If I attach to you right now, and then if you're telling me, you know what, this is over between us, I will attach quickly, detach quickly.
Detach.
Yes, yes. So
I think, and that's the protect, because I think then it has two types. Because then there is one where you protect yourself too much.
yes,
Because then you feel, if I attach too much, I am going to be hurt too
yes.
much. So the more I attach, the more painful it is to detach.
Yes.
So because sometimes you want to save yourself, and I think that's a coping mechanism so many people learn, and so many people who are also not in relationships, when they get into a relationship, they don't put all the 2 feet inside. They
yes.
put 1 foot. They're like, let me see where this goes. In case it goes well, then maybe you can never know. But even still, one leg is still out and another leg. That is why you will see someone chatting with multiple people. That is why you will see someone who is still holding on to their opposite sex friends. And so, because they're like, if this does not work, I will get a fallback position, or I will have friends to still hang out with, or I will still, so they will create an outlet of some sorts, not to attach, but you realize that there is no relationship that can grow without being vulnerable. And being vulnerable means you attach. You detach from everything else, and you attach to this as your source of emotional support and and so, okay, so that is how you were able to actually move on so swiftly.
Yes.
Because you're like, if you don't want me, I don't want you.
Actually,
I might as well move on to the next thing.
That's my way of dealing with relationship.
And you convince yourself, because one thing that is so vivid in people with that attachment style is they live like a double personality. And sometimes they don't know which is which.
Which is which, yes.
Because they switch from one personality to another. Now, when you tell yourself a good lie, and that person has understood that lie, like, you will act like everything is normal, and everything is the way you believe. And then when you go back home, you go back into your normal kind of setting when you're alone. But when you're in public, if you convince yourself, I am fine, I am hyped up, and I ditched that relationship and everything is okay, like, everyone will look at you and be like, and even admire you, be like, like, you were not even hurt. But that's to say, so many people actually are crying. When they come out, they are laughing and everything is okay. When they are alone, they are busy crying and asking God, but why me? Why? Why is this happening to me? Why is this happening repeatedly? Why can't I find someone who loves me? But remember, sometimes you walk away from the people that love you.
Yes.
Because you convince yourself otherwise.
Because you have that mistrust issues.
Yes. And the mistrust is quite deep. So you get to, that means you started on a journey. Just help us understand what you tried to undo ever since you got to understand that, okay, I am the common denominator in this relationship, in these relationships. I can't keep pointing fingers to everyone that they are bad, because people live in denial. They keep, so and so was bad, so and so was bad, and you're like, 5 people in a row, they were all bad, and you were the good one. How comes? So help us explain or understand, what did you start changing when you started understanding that this is what I'm dealing with?
First of all, I'm trying. I can't say I did, but I'm trying to learn how to trust people. Yes.
That's not easy.
It's not easy. It's very, very difficult, but you have to. Trust is so important. You just have to trust people. Yes. So I'm learning and I'm teaching myself how to trust people. Yes. Secondly, should I say self-love? Yes. I'm trying to convince myself that, you know what, you can survive with or without someone.
Anyone.
Yes. You can survive. I'm fulfilling myself. Yes. I don't know even how to say it, but I'm trying to tell myself, you know what, Sylvia, you can do this. You can fight this disorder, and then somewhere, somehow, you'll overcome it. Yes. And then...
so in a way, you're trying to create a strong personality, bond with yourself, that even when someone else comes into your life, you're able to love them much better, but not to protect yourself from love.
From,
Because
yes.
what people usually understand by self-love is there's an independent woman syndrome that is going around, where women are, hey, I'm independent, I don't need a man in my life, which is not right. I don't think you can be there and say I don't need people in my life.
We all need
You would,
people. We need
yes,
love.
it's only because you're running away from pain.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that everything around love is painful.
Yeah.
So many people end up protecting themselves from love instead of protecting themselves for love.
For love, yes.
Okay, so that means by self-love, you are creating healthy boundaries.
Sure.
Okay.
And then prayer.
Prayer.
Yes, God has helped me a lot. Yes, I pray from Mutundwe. Not pray from Mutundwe, but I pray from Watoto, but I
fellowship.
Yes, I fellowship from Mutundwe. So God has helped me so much to understand myself better, to deal with people, to
deal with people.
yes,
how?
To
Because God does not come from heaven and helps you and just and navigates the relationships for you. How are you dealing with people? Because if you I don't like people, I don't like dealing with people, I don't like, those general statements that people
no
make.
to know that people have different characters, and then to deal with my anger. Yes, because the Bible talks about anger. So I know how to control myself. I know how to tell myself, do you know what, Silver? It's not worth it. Maybe you should chill.
Okay.
Maybe we'll come back later and
Okay.
see whether we can deal with it in a different way.
I love
that. Dealing with my anger is actually helping me, yes, to deal with that.
You don't
disorder.
react in the moment.
Yes,
you give yourself time to think and process it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And how has that helped?
It has helped. It is helping, yes, because it's a journey. It's helping. Yes, at least right now I can not overreact or not, yes, with people, yes, so I can sit and
you extend grace, more grace.
Yes.
Like, she's human just like I am. She can do mistakes just like I am. But before that, you used to look at people and wanted them to be perfect.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I would think everyone would be perfect because for me, I feel like everything you do is actually everything you do, you're doing it against me. Like, you're doing it to hurt me.
Okay, so you take everything personally.
Yes, I take
even when someone does not mean to direct it to you. For you grab it and say, this is mine.
This is mine.
Okay.
Yeah. So it has helped me a lot.
So you learned that everyone behaves differently, and
yes.
It's not that they're doing that because of you.
Yes, that people have different characters, that people have different behaviors. We grow up in different backgrounds, so I have to deal with different kinds of people. Yeah, so that's how the whole thing is helping me. The healing process is helping me. Yes.
Okay. And anyone that you can attribute to and say, so and so has really held my hand in this healing journey. Maybe it's not vivid that someone came and held your hand, but maybe said something that opened your eyes, or you heard something, or you read something.
And like I said, my grandmother, she's a very prayerful woman. Yes, she has helped me a lot. Yes, because she always told me, I don't like the way you behave. It's strange, you know. You should change. You should change this. You should change that. So she has helped me a lot in my healing journey. Yes.
To know that even when I'm doing the wrong things, they are wrong.
Yes,
so
they
I
are
should
wrong.
be able.
Yes, yeah.
I should be able to change.
Even when you're reacting, you're overreacting. She's like, no, you shouldn't do like that. You do this here. So that's how she has helped me a lot.
Okay. And any of your other family members, right now, how do you look at them? How do you liaise with them?
Actually, my mom is back. She's back from Rwanda. Unfortunately, my relationship with her is bad, worse. That's the kind of one that I can't. Actually, I can't stay with her because of that disorder. We just can't stay.
Of your disorder, of her disorder?
My disorder.
Okay.
Though I also think she has that disorder. I'm not sure.
You've diagnosed her.
The way she reacts. So my mom, my relationship with my mom is terrible. But my sisters, yes, my sisters, they have also
Why
helped
is your
me.
relationship with your mom terrible?
I don't know. Maybe because I never got attached with her. Maybe she left us. So
what does she do that gets to your nerve? Because by the time you say my relationship with someone is my biological mother is not right, that means she does certain things to get to your nerve. And you're like, I can't stand this, you know?
she's actually very quarrelsome. Yeah. So when you mix a quarrelsome person
With a quarrelsome person.
with a quarrelsome person, or with
So
my
you know yourself. Okay.
with my disorder, that relationship can't, you can't just stay in the same house.
I hope you don't own this order and say this is my
No,
disorder.
no,
You
no.
know how people own sicknesses? Like this is my sickness.
No,
This
of
is my sickness. Because again, that means you're going to let so many things off the hook. Because now you know, because of this order, so I react this way. And so when you get into a relationship, then you even explain to another person, you know, it's because of my disorder. That is why I'm reacting this way. That means you are not willing to heal,
let go,
to
yes.
let go. That means you love what the disorder can let you survive with, and so you're holding on to it, and you want other people to understand you. I hope you're not doing that.
No. I'm not doing that. Though with her, the relationship just can't work.
You can't say can't.
Can't.
Can't is a huge word. It's
Yes,
a heavy word.
Because I've tried.
Do you appreciate?
We have tried.
Do you appreciate the fact that she's your biological mother?
Yes.
Do you appreciate that?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Though I just can't.
Do you thank God for it?
I do.
Sylvia, the issue is you are here breathing, looking this fine and hot and beautiful. But if she had decided to abort you, she would have aborted you.
But then I blame her sometimes
For
leaving us.
leaving was not good. Though I don't know if she has ever taken time to explain why she left, because people do things for different reasons. And sometimes you don't know the relationship between her and your father and how it was. Now, after growing up, you tend to know a lot more, and you're like, okay, maybe I don't know the right reason, but I've seen other marriages that have not worked out. I've seen how people have been tortured. I don't know why she made that decision, but it's possible that at that moment, with the knowledge that she had, maybe the worst came to the worst. Yeah. And she decided to go. And then you would say, any woman would go with her children. But what if she sensed and thought, okay, if I go with them, we might never get anything to eat, and I don't think we will survive. So the only chance for them to survive is me leaving them behind. You get it?
Yeah,
as in, by the time someone carries you for 9 months and pushes you out, or maybe breastfeeds you while you are still young, clearly, I know I'm not saying that the whole blame thing is bad, but I'm saying that there has to come a moment in your life where you have to extend that grace and know that maybe her life has not been as easy as you think, that maybe when she left, she landed onto a soft life somewhere and had that soft life while you were suffering this side. It's possible that she can't even begin to mention the things that she went through. By the time she made an about turn and said, I am coming back, you don't know what haunted her and what was going on.
Yeah.
So will you extend some grace?
Actually, I do. I do, though we don't have that attachment.
Yeah, but the thing is, you don't have to create the attachment by force. No, the attachment has to be a natural attachment. Yes. That, you know what, I acknowledge. Number one is acknowledging that you are my mother.
Yes.
And number two, if I indeed believe in God, like I say, then I thank God that I am on planet Earth and you were the medium through which I am on planet Earth. Now that is a strong enough. Because if there were machines that you would go and press a machine and Sylvia would be pushed out, that is different. A human being, you get it. And now from that thankfulness and the gratitude and just acknowledging, you let God do his own way of things. And know that, by the way, there are those that have grown with their mothers and they will tell you, my mother is the most quarrelsome woman. But they've grown up with them. They are even attached to them. But they're like, I'm thinking of calling my mother, but I will call her next month. But they grew up together.
It's true. Because my other sisters, my young sisters, my two young sisters grew up with her. Unfortunately, also they don't have that attachment. So it's just weird. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, but when you grow up, you tend to choose how to deal with such people.
Such people, yes.
And especially because I don't think you've discovered this, or you went into research to even find out what happened in your own life, just to leave it at that. I will tell you, there are so many people that are going to be impacted by your knowledge of who you are, and so many marriages maybe are going to also be helped to find out their attachment styles and how exactly to go about it. So you realize that you can pick and say, you know what, I am going to deal with you at this front. Maybe money brings a lot of tension between the two of you.
Yes.
Or maybe living together and it brings a lot of friction between the two of you. And you know that, okay, living apart maybe is going to cause a little bit of our hearts to grow fonder. You know, when I miss her and I'm like, let me call you. And then when she starts, Mami, tota andika. You know, don't start. Don't start. I have called you to say hi. Let me say my hi in peace, you know. And when you meet, you hug her. You know, she's not an enemy. It's possible that she also doesn't understand certain things about life. Maybe she has not been able to be exposed as you.
Yeah.
Is she well schooled the way you are?
No.
You see? Is she as modern as you are?
No.
Is she a millennial?
No.
Maybe she's even a Generation X, dealing with you. Which year were you born? You must be a Gen Z somewhere, belonging.
96.
Now, you see, you're a typical Gen Z. So you see, total a difference in generations, so huge. The way you approach life, the way you understand life, the way, but the Bible is not wrong that says that if you respect your parents, there's a long life attached to it. But again, you're not called to respect only the good parents or to honor the good parents. So, and part of honoring is even giving them some of your money. Do you give your mother some of your money?
Yes, I do. Actually, I decided to move out of the house.
That's
and,
nice.
and go out, so that at least I try to create some kind of
peace.
Yes, peace between us. So I just call her. I take my time. I call her. Then I go once in a while. I stay maybe for a day or two. I go back because I don't want to cause that friction again between us. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's a good thing. That means you're being intentional and calculative. And the day you give birth, maybe, okay, the firstborn you'll try to figure out. Secondborn, maybe. But when you get to the thirdborn, believe me, you will love her more than you have ever loved her. Because that is when you get to know that motherhood is not easy, that it's sacrificial. You get it? So right now you're doing the right thing, but believe me, the right thing is going to keep improving. And while it improves, your relationships with other people is going to improve, and you're going to impact more lives and even change more lives. The way she's smiling, she's like, I want to live life for myself. No, you're not living life for yourself. But I'm so glad. Any last words that you would want to share? Words of wisdom to people who are going through the same thing, or maybe.
Yeah, okay. To everyone who is going through this, it's not a disability. It is just a disorder, and you can deal with it. It is in the mind, and you can control your mind. So you can deal with it. You just have to sit and learn how to deal with it, and calculate how to deal with it. Yes.
Living a calculative life is not easy. But I will say, just in case you cannot go at it alone, find a coach, find a counselor, or find someone that has gone through it. By the way, it can even be someone who is older, way older than you, and you try to talk to them. There is a way they know a little bit more than you know, and maybe they can be able to guide you or point a finger in the right direction. So don't die alone. Come out, get the help that you need, and make sure that you salvage and save the relationships that you have in your life. We are the total or summation of the relationships that we have in our lives. So if we keep throwing everyone around, or throwing every person because they lack this and because they do this in our lives, then we can never thrive, or we can never grow in isolation. We need people in our lives, and we need you to grow with us. So thank you so much for coming on this journey with us and this story. I hope that you can be able to share what you have picked in the comment section below, and even on our phone numbers, in case you have a story, something that you have gone through, you have a question that you want to ask, you can be able to get in touch with us on that number on the screen, and we'll be able to sit here with you, dissect through your story, dissect through your question, and provide lasting solutions together.